When I met Daniel, he felt like everything I'd been waiting for. Polite, charming, always said the right things. We met at a charity gala. He was volunteering. I was covering it for the local paper. He said he didn't believe in coincidences. He believed in timing. And somehow that made me fall faster. For months, everything was perfect. My parents adored him, and even my sister, Leah, who rarely liked anyone, said he was a good catch. Looking back now, I realized she said it with a tone I didn't understand at the time. When I told my family we were engaged, Mom cried, Dad hugged him, and Leah froze, just for a second. Then she smiled, that kind of too wide, too bright smile, and said, "Wow, that's fast." At dinner, Daniel barely looked at her. She avoided his eyes too. I thought maybe they just didn't get along. But later that night, when I was washing dishes, I heard them whispering outside. I couldn't make out the words, just Daniel saying, "You promise not to say anything." After that, things started to feel off. Leah stopped coming by. Daniel changed his phone password. When I asked why, he said he was just being cautious about work. One night, I borrowed his jacket and found an old photo in the pocket, a picture of him and Leah smiling, standing in front of some old chapel. The back said, "Forever 2016. I thought it was a prank. But the next day, when I asked Leah about it, she went pale, and she said, "Where did you find that?" That night, I couldn't sleep. I looked through my sister's old social media posts, 2016. There it was, a trip abroad. Pictures in Greece. One was at a small chapel, with a man whose face was turned away. The man had Daniel's tattoo, a small infinity symbol on his wrist. I felt sick. My stomach dropped. I called Daniel, but he didn't answer. The next morning, I went to Leah's house. She opened the door, eyes red from crying. I asked one question, "Who is he really?" She hesitated. Then she whispered, "His name isn't Daniel. It's Aaron. We got married abroad. But when I found out what he was doing, I left him." What he was doing? I asked. Leah shook her head. He lied about everything. His past, his money, even his name. She said he disappeared after they separated. And now, he was marrying me under a new identity. I didn't want to believe her. Part of me still hoped it was some terrible misunderstanding. But that morning, as I walked down the aisle, I saw Leah standing at the back of the church, crying. And Daniel, or Aaron, couldn't look me in the eyes. When the officiant asked if anyone had any objections, Leah stepped forward. Her voice shook. "I do," she said. "He's already married." To me, gasps filled the church. My knees buckled. And Daniel, or whoever he was, just stood there, silent. He ran before the police arrived. Turns out he had done this before. Marrying women under aliases, taking their money and vanishing. Leah and I hadn't spoken in months after that, but eventually, I realized she wasn't my enemy. She was just another victim of the same lie. Sometimes I still replay that day in my mind. The flowers, the music, the moment everything shattered. But mostly I think about how easy it is to believe in someone who tells you exactly what you want to hear. Because love isn't just blind. It's trusting, even when it shouldn't be. They say the truth sets you free. But sometimes the truth ruins everything first.